Hello, welcome students. I'll continue the topic called specificates from our last video. Okay, we have seen what are CP values, CV values, gamma values for monatomic, diatomic and triatomic gases. Now, sometimes you'll find in some competitive exams, you'll find N1 moles of a gas with gamma value, gamma 1 is mixed with N2 moles of N2 moles of gas with gamma value gamma 2. What is the resultant gamma of the mixtures? Or what is the resultant CV of the mixtures? What is the resultant, what you call CP value of the mixtures or resultant gamma value? How to tackle those problems, we'll see now. Okay, so in general, you take two gases. Okay, N1 moles of one gas is there, N2 moles of another ideal gas is there. This one's gamma value is gamma 1. This one's gamma value is gamma 2. Okay, here it is CV1, here it is CV2, here it will be CP1, here it will be CP2, say. Okay, now here internal energy is U1, here internal energy is U2. Okay, now what is the problem is, what happens when I mix these two gases? What is the resultant gamma of the mixture? Okay, resultant CV of the mixture, resultant CP of the mixture we want to find out. Okay, once we get CP and CV, we'll automatically get gamma value. Okay, now what do? We'll start with first internal energy. Okay, total internal energy remains constant. Internal energy is an extensive property of the system. Okay, right? Internal energy is an extensive property of the system. So, total internal energy of the resultant mixture is equal to internal energy of the first part plus internal energy of the second sample. Okay, change in internal energy du equal to du1 plus du2 we can write. du1 plus du2 we can write. Okay, what is change in internal energy? Wherever du is there, I told we have seen in the last class, we can write it as CV dt, NCV dt. Okay, so what is the resultant number of moles? N1 moles and N2 moles. If you mix them, resultant mixture will have total number of moles N1 plus N2. So N1 plus N2, okay, is the resultant number of moles of the mixture. Okay, resultant what you call mixtures, molar specific constant volume be CV and change in temperature be dt is equal to, right, du1. Similarly, I'll write N1 CV1 dt plus N2 CV2 dt. Change in temperature remains same. So dt and dt gets cancelled. Okay, we have the CV value of the mixture is, take this N1 plus N2 to the other side, N1 CV1 plus N2 CV2 by N1 plus N2. N1 plus N2. This is the expression for the resultant CV of the mixture of gases. Okay, from here we know that CP minus CV is equal to R. So CP equal to R plus CV. I can take R plus CV. Wherever what you call CV, I can substitute these values here. Okay, and try to get CP value, or directly we can find out gamma value from this expression. How? Okay, let us see here. We can do this in two ways. First method is, bring that N1 plus N2 to this side. N1 plus N2 into CV is equal to N1 CV1 plus N2 CV2. Okay, in the last video we have seen a relation CV is equal to R by gamma minus 1. Okay, so I'll substitute that value here, N1 plus N2, okay, into CV equal to CV of the resultant mixture is R by gamma minus 1, where gamma is the resultant of the mixture of gases. Okay, is equal to N1 into CV1. I'll write it as R by gamma 1 minus 1. R by gamma 1 minus 1 plus N2. Similarly, N2 can be written as, okay, CV2 is R by gamma 2 minus 1. Okay, cancel out this R. Okay, what is left out is N1 plus N2 by gamma minus 1 is equal to N1 by gamma 1 minus 1 plus N2 by gamma 2 minus 1. Okay, this is how N1 and N2 values will be obviously given. Gamma 1 and gamma 2 values also will be obviously given. So we can find out the resultant mixture's gamma value. Okay, this is one straight cut method. Okay, other ways to find out CP value. Okay, for the resultant mixture, then resultant CP by resultant CV will give you gamma of the resultant mixture. Okay, how to proceed for Cp value. Okay, now from here we'll proceed for what is known as, this is one important formula which you have to remember. This is another important formula. Directly we will get the gamma value. Okay, and resultant Cp, how do we calculate? We'll proceed from this aspect, from this formula onwards. Okay, it is like this. So Cp equal to R plus Cv. Okay, so resultant Cp equal to R plus Cv. Resultant Cv is N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2 by N1 plus N2. Take out LCM and simplify. You'll get, okay, resultant Cp equal to N1 Cp1. Just take out LCM. Okay, Cv1 plus R equal to, okay, Cp1, Cv2 plus R equal to Cp2. Okay, you'll get, simplifying, we get N1 Cp1 plus N2 Cp2 by N1 plus N2. Okay, you can fill out that 1 or 2 steps in between. Okay, so resultant Cp is this one. Resultant Cv is this given by this formula. Okay, N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2 by N1 plus N2, N1 Cp1 plus N2 Cp2 by N1 plus N2. Okay, now what is gamma of the resultant mixture? Gamma of the resultant mixture is nothing but Cp by Cv. Okay, gamma of the resultant mixture, okay, gamma of the resultant mixture is, okay, Cp by Cv. Okay, so gamma equal to Cp by Cv, nothing but this by N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2 by N1 plus N2, N1 plus N2 gets cancelled. So N1 Cp1 plus N2 Cp2 by, right, N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2. This is the final expression for gamma of the resultant mixture. Okay, if Cp1, Cv1 values are directly given, okay, you can use this formula to find out resultant gamma, or right, directly also if gamma 1, gamma 2 are given, you can use the resultant gamma. You can find out resultant gamma using this formula. Either way, right, you'll get the final values of the mixture. This is how we'll handle when different gases are mixed, how to find out Cv of the resultant, Cp of the resultant, and gamma of the resultant. Okay, right, this is one important aspect from exam point of view. Okay, please keep this in mind. Okay, next one. Suppose say N1 moles of gas of molar mass M1 and N2 moles of another gas with molar mass, molecular weight M2, if they are mixed, okay, what is the resultant molecular weight or molar mass of the resultant mixture? Resultant mixture's molar mass M equal to N1 M1 plus N2 M2 by N1 plus N2. Okay, this is the expression for the molar mass of resultant mixture. Okay, N1 M1 plus N2 M2 by N1 plus M2. So remember all these factors which are extremely useful in solving problems. Okay, in the next video we will go into what is known as the all important or most important aspect in thermodynamics, in the initial stage of thermodynamics, that is PV diagram or indicator diagram. PV or indicator diagram, which is very, very important from all competitive exams point of view. Okay, that will be covered in our next chapter. Okay, thank you.